Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday, wins and fails on Monday, December 12th, where we go over all of the wins and fails in the past week of marketing and business. Ladies and gentlemen, the crown has changed hands. Please, or join me in delivering an official Atrioc 7 to the new richest man in the world, because it is no longer Elon Musk. Our first win goes to Bernard Arnault, this Bond villain looking motherfucker who is the new richest man in the world, CEO of LVMH. Who? What is LVMH? Well, LVMH stands for Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. That's a weird combination, right? Why is Louis Vuitton a clothing and baggage company mixed with Moet, a champagne company, and Hennessy, a cognac company? Oh, because they all just sort of conglomerated into one to get more and more money. But those four brands can't be that big, right? Well, it turns out they have a lot more. Basically, every luxury brand that you think is competing with each other is actually owned by this one guy. Christian Dior, Fendi, Givenchy, Marc Jacobs, Sephora, Tag Heuer, Bulgari, Tiffany. All of these are owned by the same European guy. They all ladder up into one single company that has been dominating the luxury goods market. He has been rising in the ranks, and I unfortunately have to give you some bad news here, which is that this is a big win for him and a big fail for global inequality. Because it turns out that this man's wealth, because he only sells luxury goods, pretty much tracks one-to-one with the rise of inequality. Like, as inequality is rising, like in China, for example, luxury goods increase their sales and he does great business. So the fact that he is the new number one is a pretty stark reminder that the world is sort of splitting from a distributed middle class to a Gucci belt and dollar store economy. I've talked about this for a long time. Businesses that thrive on the rich are doing really well. Businesses that thrive on the poor people are doing really well. Businesses that are like in the middle class are doing pretty bad. They're not handling so well. So this split has been pretty bad, but he has been a great beneficiary. So his domination of the luxury goods market is pretty much uncontested. When you can sell pieces of cloth for $3,000, When you can sell all this stuff at insane markups, which is what most luxury goods are, you know, they're better quality than Target or whatever, but not by so much that they're worth the insane markup. It's an amazing business to be in as long as there is a global wealthy class that is willing to keep buying it. And they are in spades. So he's crushing, I guess, win to him. And he is taking the spot from somebody who's had a pretty bad week. Let's give a fail here. The fail is to the crowd at the Dave Chappelle concert because they didn't recognize the comedic genius that is Elon Musk, who showed up at a Dave Chappelle show unannounced and was immediately booed relentlessly. He was introduced as the richest man in the world, which is not true. By the time Dave Chappelle said that, he actually had lost the crown. Maybe that's why they were booing. They were actually booing Dave for being wrong. They were expecting Bernard. They were like, where's Bernard? We want to see the actual richest man in the world. The booing was something. Elon Musk just got booed like I've never heard before on stage with Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. He couldn't get a word in. The crowd booed for 10 minutes. But at least he was really, really funny, okay? All right, he does this. And then they horn out the booze. You know, if there's any comedian's crowd that I thought would give Elon Musk the benefit of the doubt, I did not think Dave Chappelle's crowd would be fucking booing him, dude. He deleted it. Technically, it was 90% cheers and 10% booze. Elon Musk is the most thin-skinned, desperate for approval billionaire. It's insane. If you're the world's richest man, go fucking buy 10 yachts and have some fun. Why are you spending all your life on Twitter hoping that some fucking troll likes you? He needs to hit the Benjamin, dude. So he's in a rough spot, but at least he can rely on the fact that his main source of wealth is doing okay, because the market was actually up today. Almost every tech stock bounced back a little bit. At least Tesla's okay, right? At least Tesla doesn't continue a meteoric slide. Look, everyone else was up. Tech stock was were pretty bounced back today, and Elon Musk and Tesla are experiencing a big slide, largely based on his behavior. Because as it turns out, his pivot to really focusing on the very online right, very politically active right-wing audience, those guys, while they may love him, don't seem to buy Teslas. The main audience for Teslas a year ago, you'd say was like often like well-off city liberals. You know what I'm saying? People that are online and super far right are often buying fucking trucks. They're going to truck month, bro. And so his pivot has caused some serious brand damage to one of the most valuable companies in the world. Tesla's approval rating has officially sunk into negative territory. This is a regularly run survey that has always had Tesla and a positive brand association. There's a political connection. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, started 2022 with a net positive of 5.9, peaked in May at 6.7, and then early November, it's down to negative 1.4. Self-described liberals now view Tesla more negatively than conservatives, but conservatives also have a negative view of the brand. Conservatives don't like electric cars, bro. The dude's just burning down the value of a near $1 trillion company. If you're a Tesla shareholder, you have to be fucking furious. And they are. Dude, dude, this is actually, look at this. Look at this. This was the market today. Every company was up. Do you see the one big red square? Down 6.13%. He is personally torching a major brand. There's like thousands of employees. There's multiple factories. He is personally torching a brand that has, it's crazy. It's crazy how much he is doing to hurt what was a very successful car company. Now, again, I've always thought Tesla was a little overvalued. Just in general, there's a lot of hype behind it. And some of that was him. He's a good salesman in general, or at least, was 2 years ago. What he's doing now is got to have shareholders on high alert because they've put a lot of money in this. For example, Bob Levine here. Where is the board of Tesla? He can do whatever he wants to Twitter. It's a private company. But Tesla's a publicly held company, and the board of directors had a responsibility to protect the stockholders from Elon Musk's lunacy. I emailed Tesla board chair today with questions about Elon Musk's Twitter activities and its impact on Tesla. It just feels like his obsession with this Twitter buyout, which has been absolutely catastrophically bad from the start, is like burning down his ability to make a ton of money and success off of Tesla, which was doing pretty well. On all of this is not, he's the guy's still a multi-billionaire. Does it matter whether he's Richest Man or not? But the thing is, as Tesla shares begin to sink, he is encountering a different problem. Elon Musk owes an absolutely absurd amount of money on Twitter debt. All of the debt that he took out from banks to buy Twitter is high interest. So what he's considering doing is taking out a risky, what's called margin loan, lower interest loan, but guaranteed against his Tesla stock. Because right now, the interest payments alone will bankrupt Twitter. As I've said over and over, it doesn't really matter whether he gets a couple people to buy blue checks. It doesn't matter whether he can get advertisers to come back. Even if he can get both of those things, Twitter is doomed to bankruptcy unless they can somehow pay the $1 billion a year interest payments that he saddled the company with. The debt makes the company impossible to run. There's just no way around it. His plan to get around that is to take a gigantic margin loan against his Tesla shares. And if that is the case, he will be forced to sell if Tesla goes down or if Twitter can't pay its debt. And that's going to be extremely risky for him. And that's what he's considering doing right now. Financially, again, Twitter has made no sense. I'll say this over and over. Elon fanboys in my comments have consistently said, oh, dude, you don't understand. I am guaranteeing to you, I've never felt more confident about anything. All of the data shows that Twitter makes absolutely no sense financially. The debt alone is crippling the company. It's just this fucking giant anchor that is holding the company. There's no way to make enough money to pay that. So it was very funny to me to see this. He tweeted just a few days ago, when there are macroeconomic risks, it is generally wise to avoid using margin loans on any company, as stocks may move in ways that are decoupled from their long-term potential. And then this guy replied, sir, you have the largest margin loan in history. He has the world's largest margin loan, and yet he is saying they're a bad idea. Now, is he a huge fucking idiot? Maybe. Maybe that's the answer here. But I'm gonna read I'm reading a little deeper into it. I think when I see this tweet, as he's talking with his lawyers about doing this, is he is trying to set up the story for him to sell a lot of shares now before they dip further. But I think with the trend line of Tesla stock, he needs to sell now to be able to pay off his debts and have a cushion. Because if he continues to hold it as a margin on his Tesla shares and they keep sliding, he's going to lose a lot more. I mean, he's in for a very interesting time, and I think he's going to try and convince his fans and Tesla investors that he's selling a bunch of stock in the company, but he still 100% believes in it. Luckily, even if none of this works out, I want to give him a win though. He has found a way to make a little bit of money off of Twitter. Yes, advertisers have fled. In fact, this is the ad manager desktop page. This is how many visits it got. From 1 million a month to under 200,000. Literally 80% of people going there have gone down. That is cratering. That is literally means a massive amount of businesses are no longer using Twitter to buy Twitter ads. That's exactly, I mean, this is just, there's no other way to get around this. Yes, he's losing money this way, but again, this is a win. You can now buy junk from the Twitter office. Elon Musk has put up a lot of stuff in the Twitter office sale for auction. If you want to make some money for Twitter, you can buy their old desk chairs. You can buy their workstation from the fired employees. Dude, look at this. Get this nice plywood lounge chair that Elon Musk maybe sat on when he fired an H-1B worker right before Christmas. This is perfect, dude. It's got memories. So you can pick that up starting January 17th. It is an auction. I myself will be putting in a bid on the at sculpture and the Twitter bird statue, though I don't think I'll be able to win. I will try to do my best to put a little of your sub money into it. I'm sure, look, there's a lot of chairs here. If we add all this up, I'm sure this covers about $12 billion in debt. Shout outs to Elon. Big win for the man. Let's move on to the next thing. I want to talk about something that's close to me. Now, if you haven't seen my Marketing Monday on HBO, it's the last official Marketing Monday we ever did. We talked about how David Zaslav is the new CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery, and he bought HBO Max, and his plan is to merge it with Discovery Plus and make an entirely new streaming service that is also saddled with debt, like $50 billion in debt, and he's going to somehow beat Netflix, all right? That's the big plan. Well, today, they figured out what they're going to call it. HBO Max is the old name, but they paid millions that will combine the power of Discovery Plus and the brand gravitas of HBO Max. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Max. This is the plan to save Warner Brothers Discovery. So they've dropped the HBO, which is like the only good piece of branding that people liked. People were kind of tied to HBO as a signifier of quality. That's now gone. And you know what? They're still reeling because Warner Bros. Discovery was kind of relying on Black Adam to be more of a smash hit, and it was not profitable or barely edged into profitability. Oh no, I have to include this. Wait, emergency bonus fail to the Warner Brothers execs, okay? Big fail to these execs who thought they could stop the beast that is Black Adam and The Rock. They purposefully leaked a financial sheet with misleading stats to make it seem like Black Adam was a financial success. Yeah, it's so funny because everything I've seen has shown that Black Adam has lost about $50 to $100 million overall because they had a very extensive marketing spend, probably spending a lot of money on Rock Instagram posts.
Black Adam number one.
Black Adam love. The Black Adam love just continues to
third
on
weekend
box
in a
office,
row.
especially.
He has been very vocal saying that the movies have been a big success. The Rock is very threatened by the idea that his movie didn't do really well. So he's been out there fighting in the comments. And now it seems like there's a real chance he faked it. What a king, dude. That's my GOAT. That's my future president. But at least the new name Max, I'm sure that just Googling the word Max, you know what happens if you Google Max? You get the 2015 film Max about a dog. You know what's interesting about this film? You can't watch it on HBO Max. The number one thing that comes up when you Google Max is a movie that you can't watch on their service. That's good SEO, baby. That was a win too, right? That was a win. So win for HBO Max for great SEO. Let's give it another win here. We're passing them out like candy. I want to give a win, a sincere win. Hey, stop the joking, stop the laughing. I want to give a sincere win to humanity because today we finally got something we actually need, we actually want, and we actually deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving a big marketing win to Epic Games because Mr. Beast is now in Fortnite. Let's go! This is the best news for humanity. I know we're in dark times. I know we have inequality, but the fact that we can win $1 million by playing in Mr. Beast's Extreme Survival Challenge, things are gonna be all right. If you are having trouble finding a job, simply play Fortnite all day in this challenge and earn $1 million. Mr. Beast has solved it. We figured it out. So all you have to do, apparently, is grind Mr. Beast's Extreme Survival Challenge as of tomorrow at 9 a.m. You have 4 days to play it, and whoever gets the highest score wins $1 million. I can't imagine there'll be any negative results from this. I can't imagine that any kid is gonna not sleep for 4 days and lose their mind. I can't imagine that anyone tries to exploit the system or cheat or do anything. I can't imagine there's any hackers. I can't imagine anything. I think it's gonna all be good. And you know what's funny? It's like, yes, even if you don't win, you don't have to be worried. Like if you had a high score, but someone edges you out, you don't have to be mad. Because if you get second place, you still get a Mr. Beast X Fortnite umbrella. The Beast-brella umbrella. So it's not really a big deal, all right? Honestly, if this is limited edition and I'm first place, I throw. Because $1 million you can always get, but you can only have one chance to get the Beast-brella umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Jokes aside, it is kind of cool that he's doing everything like this. He's kind of crushing it. Mr. Beast's non-video business aspects have been kind of out of control lately. He's done so many gigantic things that other YouTubers are trying to copy, which I'm impressed with. I'm very impressed with. I think Beast Burger is like the largest creator-owned business by far. Prime is big, but I don't think bigger than Beast Burger. I think Beast Burger is actually extremely valuable. I think it makes him a billionaire. Pretty big for the space, and a lot of people are trying to copy him. So if you want to get killed by a kid who then dances in the form of Jimmy Beast, you can do that starting tomorrow. So big win for all of us. This is what we needed. I want to give a marketing fail. And this one's been brewing for a while. I actually forgot to include it about one Marketing Monday ago. It's just a straight up bad rebrand, okay? My fail is Kia, who rebranded to, whatever the KN, dude. This has been a disaster, and the proof is in the pudding. The new Kia logo is so unreadable that at least 30,000 people a month now search for the KN car. What? Did no one check this? It literally only barely works if you already were hard familiar with Kia. But if you're like not an active car person or didn't know about the Kia brand or whatever, this is unreadable. Yeah, it's a massive fail. So I'm giving them just an honest to God marketing fail. Like, who thought this through? Now I want to help you out. Again, I'm getting sincere in the back half. I want to give you 2 ways that can help you out in life, all right? A lot of you are 18 to 24 range and are out there looking for jobs or graduating college or whatever you are in life and you're looking for jobs. I found a website, this is real, it's called Kickresume. It's not a sponsor. It's called Kickresume that has actual resumes that got shortlisted by target companies. So like this guy is an actual resume that got hired by Adidas. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're applying to Adidas, you can look at this. I would have loved this a lot when I was applying for jobs, but I just thought this would be cool. This guy hired by Amazon, easy templates you could copy. You can actually read the description. So it's not like just fake. It's not Laura Ipsum. It's like real. So I think there's a lot you can learn from this. And if you're actually looking for jobs, I would check this place out. I would bookmark it. Now I want to give you another win that's even better. And this one is sponsored. Public.com! Shout out to Public.com who continue to support Marketing Monday. Again, Public.com is a place that you can invest on your phone. It is the only trading app, mobile trading app that I will trust. They make their money by investing unused money in accounts, not by selling information on your trades to hedge funds like the leading competitor. You can get a free share if you sign up using my code. Go to public.com/Atrioc and hit sign up. You can get a free share up to $300. And it also has news and information about companies that you're trading in. So I think it's pretty good. And they've been a long-time supporter of Marketing Monday, which I preach. That they were one of the first companies to reach out and like Marketing Monday and like want to support it and work with me. So big shout out to them, public.com. Check them out with my code in the link below. Thank you to them. And then I want to close.
What's up, Beijing?
What's up, Beijing? What's going on in China? Oh, well, let me tell you. I made a video recently covering it. It got demonetized by YouTube and age restricted. But there has been mass protests all over China regarding their COVID-0 policy. And the protests were so effective and so forceful and so unanimous in their opposition of what Xi Jinping had been pushing that they're getting rid of it. The problem is getting rid of COVID-0 now means COVID millions. They are actually massively cutting back on COVID restrictions. At the same time, they are stopping all testing. If they did the same amount of testing with no restrictions, it would become very clear that they're getting a lot of COVID positive results at once. So they're cutting back on testing at the same time as they're cutting back on restrictions with their goal to be pretty much fully open by March. This is gonna lead to a death toll that's predicted to top 2 million. I mean, the protests were so extreme and so forceful and so effective they're getting out of it, but moving this fast is going to cause a lot of issues that they may not be able to have the ER capacity to handle. It doesn't hurt at all, is the quote, because China is doing an aggressive vaccine PR push to try in like as soon as possible get their elderly population vaccinated, because, and again, their vaccine is already less effective and many people don't have it because lockdowns have been so strict. The borders have been so locked so you can't fly in without doing 2-week quarantine. They've been able to have most people have no vaccine and just not get it because they've had COVID-0. And the problem is now that it's getting widespread, many old people are at risk. And so they're trying to do a massive about face, get them as vaccinated as they can. But I think this is not a recipe for a smooth transition. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Ideally, be prepared before you open the gates. They're kind of just abandoning it out of nowhere after being incredibly strict for so long, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a real wild ride in China. So that's the follow-up. And again, whenever you have mass spreading of COVID, it usually leads to more variants. So I'm not excited to see COVID unleashed on 1 billion people out of the blue who are all unvaccinated. I think that's going to lead to problems. So again, this is kind of an L. I am happy in some way that the government listened to what was a extremely angry populace who was being forced to like be locked in their homes, doors welded shut, QR tested codes at every single outing. I wish there was more of a middle ground, but we'll see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Marketing Monday. I'll follow up on all these stories every week on Monday, 7:30 Pacific. Tune in, check it out. Thanks for watching.
Check it.